Hello and welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. We have a lot of juicy sporting stories for your viewing pleasure this lovely evening. But we will be starting from the home front. I will be starting from the home scene where NNL has confirmed Plateau State Jos precisely as the new venue for the annual General Assembly, where all matters that concerns the league will be discussed. The most important league in the land. That is what it is, because that is where you get teams that normally plays in the senior league of the land, that is the Nigerian Premier Football League. And now the AGA, which was scheduled to have happened in Abuja, that was last week, now has been moved forward, but to a new date and a new venue, which is Plateau State Jos as the location where the annual General Assembly will be coming up. Like I said, a lot of will be discussed logistics concerning the league. Will also be discussed the date the league will kick off. Will also be discussed, and we have about 40 teams that normally plays in the NNL, and we have just 4 teams that will be promoted to the senior league of the country. Now I have Noah Sampson joining me on the show this evening. Noah Sampson, straight to the NNL. Now Plateau State is not the new venue for the AGA, as in for the AGA meeting that will be going on later in the month.
Yeah, it's a very good one, but really disappointed that it was supposed to, the meeting should have been in Abuja that's September 7th, but was postponed due to, I don't know,
logistics.
Why should it be every time you want to have something postponed? But a good one, they have gotten a new location, which is in Plateau State, Jos, the Plateau State capital. So at least, so then they discuss about when they're going to start the league and every other thing. So it's a good one for them. But they should make sure whenever they have a specific date for something, they shouldn't just keep postponing, and because it's affecting the players also. Because when they're supposed to start the league, if they're supposed to start the league earlier before them, because of the postponement of the meeting, they have to shift the starting of the league a little bit backward, which is a kind of demoralization to the players and the coaching staff.
Okay, while it's actually a setback for the players and the coaches. Now let's look at our league in general. With some of these logistics reason, postponement, shift of dates, not knowing where to start, how hard is it for the development of the league? It's
really, it's bad. That's the truth, because I don't think it just shows our level of unpreparedness for everything we do.
A consistency on our part.
Because if you are to, we're all moving in our league ahead after all the European leagues. Mention them, the Premier League, the La Liga, the Bundesliga, and every other league, because we all moving after them, and you can never see where they speak a specific date and they shift it. It's rare, except maybe under security situations or something they know is a very strong
natural disaster.
Yeah, so it's very hard. So I don't know why we in the Nigerian league also have to, we don't follow that suit. We always need to postpone every time. But now we should also look at the other aspect. Those guys, most of their league are like over 100 years old. Ours is up to 100. It's another thing we look at. So we won't want to.
How old is Nigeria?
So we won't blame. We are still in the crawling aspect. Those ones are flying already. So we are still in the crawling aspect. I don't think we have started working already. So it's a time, but we just need to just put our acts right, and that's everything.
Okay, we need to put our house in order, put our acts right, and so that we can get it right. But for the NNL, good one now that they've gotten another venue, a new date, which is 27th of September this month. That AGA will be happening in Jos, Plateau State capital, and logistics for the NNL when the league will kick off and every other thing that concerns the league will be discussed at the AGA. Okay, let's leave the NNL and go straight to the Super Falcons. Good one for Randy Wardrum. Now he's set to get a new contract, extension, not the new contract, but extension of his contract. Now, the other time, the NFF president, Ibrahim Gosso, came out and said, order the technical committee to, as a matter of urgency, have talks with round the world drum. Another talk is going on well. Before the month runs out, we are going to see contract extension, and every details about that contract probably will be made known to the public. But do you think it's a good thing that they are extending around the world drum's contract?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. We shouldn't lie. It's been good for the team. He has been cutting out new players and everything. And wasn't it yesterday I saw from this Nigerian player that played at the World Cup, Deborah Abiodun. Yeah, she said her performance at the World Cup, though she played the match, was
when she was red carded.
Yeah, he said Wardrum has been instrumental to that. So you can see he has been affecting the players positively and changing their game plan and how they play and how they making them be better players. So it's a good one if he's been his contract has been extended. But I think after the contract has been extended, when they are done with the contract, at least they should hire a Nigerian coach. I think we want to see that.
Okay, also in that contract extension, I think the NFF is looking at maybe also having a new technical crew member in place in that team. So we are bound to see maybe outside round the world drum, we are going to see new technical crew joining round the world drum on this particular contract extension. They're probably, like you opine, we are going to have Nigerians, maybe 2 or 3 joining him in the coaching crew. Okay, let's leave around the world drum and head straight to Europe, where matches will continue. Match day 1 in the Champions League tonight as we speak. A particular game is ongoing, but before we get there, let's look at the fixtures in Group C. Whenever it is the Champions League, some persons say when you hear that sound, when you see the logo, it gives you goosebumps. But tonight the Champions League continue, and the perennial winner, the almighty Real Madrid, in Group C, already that match is ongoing as we speak against FC Berlin, right there at the Santiago refurbished and rebranded, renewed Santiago Bernabeu.
I've not seen the match because it's still ongoing, but I believe Real Madrid is going to win FC Berlin, and that's just the truth of the matter.
but for Real Madrid, do you think they'll have the chance to win their 16th Premier League title this season?
Yeah, why not? Because you can see they bring in very good form. They've not lost any of their La Liga matches so far. You have Jude Bellingham there. We have Valverde. You have what is his name also too, Vinicius. You have Rodrigo there. Fantastic players there. So I think they can, and I believe they will.
Okay, they can actually win the Champions League for a record 15 times, I beg your pardon, yes, because they won it 14 times now with the likes of their new catch, Jude Bellingham, who won the Real Madrid Player of the Month after that fantastic start to the league in La Liga. Now, against Union Berlin, another league team that put surprises in the German Bundesliga. The match is ongoing as we speak. Do you think Real Madrid is going to top their group?
Yeah,
that is Group C.
Yeah, they're going to top the group. We have, I believe the likes of the first, if I'm to even put it in the first, second, third, Real Madrid is going to be first, followed by Napoli. Then you have Berlin, and then Sporting Braga. Okay, Sporting Braga will take the last spot according to Emmanuel in Group C. We have the other game against Sporting Braga against our own Osimhen's club, Napoli, the champions of Italy for last season, and they've started well. This is it. They've lost a game and drew another in the last time out. In their last game, they lost to Lazio, and in the last game it was 2-2 draw in the league over the weekend. And for Victor Osimhen, he could not get a goal over the weekend. Do you think he's going to get a goal tonight against Sporting Braga? Yeah, that young man is a fighter. He's a lion, so I believe he's going to get a goal this night.
He's going to get a goal tonight against Sporting Braga in Group C. That is in the UEFA Champions League. Match day 1 for Victor Osimhen's Napoli. We know some matches went down last night, and then we'll continue with some of the matches in the other groups tonight for Real Madrid against Union Berlin. That match is currently ongoing as we speak right now. And then later on, we are going to see Napoli far away in Portugal to take on Sporting Braga. It's going to be a big one for Victor Osimhen coming back to the Champions League again. And he could not get to go over the weekend. He wants to start scoring in the Champions League. Let's leave Group C and go straight to Group D, where we also have matches that will be going on in Group D. And then in Group D, we have Benfica against FC Red Bull Salzburg. And then Real Sociedad of Spain will take on last season finalist in the Champions League, that is Inter Milan. Now, Real Sociedad, let's look at Real Sociedad against Inter. Last season they were finalists, but this time around, do you think they can go far and also get to the final?
Yeah, they're going to go far. I don't think if you've noticed the trend of things that it happens, whenever a team goes to the final, the team loses, the next season they usually go to the final and win the final. So I don't. It happened against Chelsea, Bayern Munich 2012, 2013, Bayern Munich won it. Chelsea,
Man U, if you remember,
yes.
Man U 2008
yes.
finalists, they lifted it and they got to final in 2009. They lost to Barcelona.
Look at Chelsea, Man City 2021. They lost to what do you call it, to Man City, and after that they won again. They won. Look at Liverpool, Real Madrid also too. So it's like that. It's been something a trend like that. So that ginger will be in the Inter Milan players. So I believe they are going to go far. From what I'm seeing, let me predict ahead. I think I'm going to see a Real Madrid Inter Milan final.
Real Madrid Inter Milan final. That is going to be a fantastic one, according to Noel Samson. For those of you who are interested in the other side of the sport, you know what I mean. Noel Samson has given you what to feed on as it stands right now. Let me not call the name, but good one for Inter Milan against Real Sociedad tonight. That game will be happening, and then the other game against. Let's have the fixtures quickly. Let's just run over the fixtures for Group D. Let's have the fixture on the screen. Benfica, Portuguese giant against FC Red Bull Salzburg, and the rest of that against Inter Milan. Okay, let's leave the Champions League story and talk some transfers. We know by January, transfer will open in Europe fully. But as it stands, team are still trying to keep their tabs, keep their eyes, keep their interest on some of the players they want to see play for them come January. Most especially, you know, African stars will be leaving their various clubs in Europe, coming down to Africa to play in the African Nations Cup. That will be happening in Côte d'Ivoire. But let's start with this interesting one, though it's not a transfer, but it's about a legend in the sport of football, after he has done so well for himself, for his career, for his country, for all of the clubs he played in. And now the last club he actually played in is considering to give him a boardroom duty. That is Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been considered by AC Milan to become to have at least to join them in the boardroom duty. And when you say the boardroom, is going to be part of those that will actually be making that will calling the shots for AC Milan. That was his last club. He was instrumental to AC Milan lifting the Scudetto last 2 seasons.
You've said it all. He's a legend, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So him being part of the boardroom board is really a good one. But you know, you should expect rash decision from Zlatan. I know he doesn't care who you are. He tells you how it is. So it's going to be a good one having him at the boardroom. But I prefer him being on the pitch as a coach.
As a coach?
Yes, I would prefer Zlatan be the coach. But if he's going to be a boardroom member, fine. But you should expect rash decisions from him, because you know he doesn't have to fine-tune words. He gives you the way it is.
It gives you the way it is for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. After a stellar career, after in fact winning some trophies, the only trophy he didn't win is the Champions League. And now thanks to Mourinho that gave him the Europa League in 2017. If not, he would have lost out, just the way Edison Cavani don't have any European medal after a lot of exploits in Europe. Now for Zlatan Ibrahimovic, you made mention of he's kind of person. He's straight. He's a straightforward person, and he doesn't care who you are. He says it the way he feels it and the way he sees it. Now, but AC Milan are considering maybe to come in, join the boardroom duties, and in the boardroom duties a lot. He can be the sporting director. He can be this. He can be that. But do you think that is enough from AC Milan for Zlatan Ibrahimovic?
They can't make him the owner. They have tried their best. What about other legends you have that haven't played, that have done well, that even the clubs they played for, they didn't even look at them? So what does he want? They've tried for him, making a boardroom. It's a big shot. If making me one part of the boardroom members is even bigger than the coach. Okay. So you've tried it. In fact, to me, clubs will make him. Why not start from the Gambi coaching under 17?
Yeah, under 20.
Yes, or under 17, under 16. Or not. Some even go as far as start coaching with the under 10.
But, do you think you've made mention of this? Do you think Zlatan Ibrahimovic will be a good coach?
Yeah, for me, I think you're going to see him perform better as a coach.
What makes you say so?
I just know because of his personality. You know, I know he didn't play much of that time when they won the Serie because
Scudetto.
Yeah, because he was having
injuries
issues. But you can see him whenever he's on the bench. He gingers. You know, he was like, well, you can see the spirit in him, the fighting spirit in him. Like, okay, guy, you have to do this thing, play this, play like this. Unlike him being at I think the body you just be okay. You just putting on suits. You will now sit down at what do you call it?
You know,
let him be on the.
We have some persons who are behind the scene. As we speak in the studio right now, we have those who are behind the scene controlling things. So also is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who is going to be behind the scene and controlling a lot of things.
Everybody has.
Okay. Now you want him to come out.
I need him on the pitch where a player makes a mistake. I say, come here, we'll knock him out. Go back and play very well. That's what I want.
Do you think if he do that, any player will want to play for him?
Why? Why not? You still have players. No matter how harsh or rash some
coaches.
You still have players who want to play with him. No matter Mourinho, the amount of time he has graced players where he puts you in the match, you don't play well, he brings you back out. With some players,
we saw that with Chelsea against Barcelona, Belarus.
Even that he did it with Matic also too. He fixed the Matic, then brought him back again. So, but still, you see how players. I was on one of the interview where Michael Essien was saying one of the coaches he has the most bad relationship. He was like they know he doesn't to say it. Mourinho is his own coach. They have a kind of personal relationship. So I see he still have those who like him, either likes it or not.
Okay, he has some players. If he actually prefer to become a coach, according to Noel Samsey, he will have some players that will be loyal to him. But I believe all players should be loyal to their coach as it stands. But for Zlatan Ibrahimovic, AC Milan is considering to make him a boardroom member, which is going to be one of his duty in that club. It's a good one for Zlatan Ibrahimovic after his stellar career life in football. He played for AC Milan. He was a sojourn footballer. He played in England, Spain, Italy. He went to MLS, that is United States of America, and came back. He played under Pep Guardiola. He played under Mourinho. He played a lot under a lot of great coaches in the world. But as it stands, there's no Champions League medal for Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but he has Mourinho to thank for giving him at least Europa League medal to his name. That's a good one for him because a lot of them actually want that European medal. Okay, let's go straight to the last story on the show, Sports Update. Quickly, where we're going to talk about a player, a very fantastic player, good player for Brentford. That is Ivan Toney. 3 clubs are keeping tabs on him, the likes of Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea. These 3 clubs have their eyes keeping tabs on Ivan Toney. Now, out of these 3 clubs that I mentioned, where should he go to?
He's a very fantastic player, although he's serving a ban now from because of some things he had with his personal life now that affects his footballing career. So he's a very good player. I think he's a Chelsea,
Arsenal, Manchester United.
He should come to Chelsea. He's a very fantastic player. When he pairs up with Nicholas Jackson, I think it's going to be a fantastic one at the front.
It's going to be a fantastic one if he pairs up with Nicolas Jackson in Chelsea. That is what Noel Samsey is saying. Also, Manchester United fans will want him to join up. Arsenal fans will want him to join up. But it's not left for Ivan Toney to choose any of the club he's going to go. Quickly, you mentioned something in 3 seconds. Now, these assault players, accusing players, their girlfriend, their wife, or whatever. What should these players do to avoid this? Because they have the money. Sometimes I wonder why they do this.
I don't know. It's rampant now. You had the likes of Benjamin Mendy. After 2 years, he was found innocent. You have
now
Greenwood
now, same thing.
Same thing.
We have Anthony now facing the same issue.
I don't know.
If Anthony already is serving a ban.
Paqueta, I don't know if they are done with Paqueta's.
That case is still on.
So I don't really know. Probably because much of money. You have much of money. Maybe that's why he's stopping them.
So do you think that this lady do it deliberately to provoke these guys, or these guys just
the likes of Benjamin Mendy? After 2 years, the lady, they now found innocent. What they're supposed to arrest that lady or probably jailhouse for, because you just destroyed the young man's career.
But so, good one, he's back. He has his first game over the weekend in the French League on. And that is where we leave it on Sports Update. Noah Samson, thanks for all you did on the show this evening.
The pleasure is mine.
All right. Thanks for watching. I am Emmanuel Fashimi.